Hello, hello, hello. It's Knits for Sanity and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a WIP and chat. WIP stands for work in progress, and grab whatever it is that you are working on. Craft, hobby, chore, walking the dog, and let me just chat with you for a little while. This week is week 3 of my diamond painting event that I'm hosting called the Easy Breezy Summer Kickoff. And it's really meant to be easy breezy. It's meant to be an event that can be done alongside other larger events that are happening this month, or even as part of other events that are happening this month. It's just these small, little 30 by 30 or 30 by 40 partial special drill canvases. For more information on that and for joining this event, watch a video that I put up just a few weeks ago about that. There's still plenty of time for you to take part if you are interested. And along that note, if you haven't already, do join the the Facebook group for the YouTube channel. Every week I've said that. I have a hard time saying it. And bless you to my son out there who just sneezed. It is summer. I have 4 kids. They're all at home, so it is definitely not a peaceful, quiet whip and chat kind of a day. And that's just what it's going to be like all summer, I'm afraid. But anyway, yes, if you're interested in joining that event, I would absolutely love to have you. And you know, I did not put down a sticker or right on here. This is the side I need. In case you don't know what I'm doing, if I'm unable to finish this whole thing in one sitting, which I won't be able to today, this lets me know which side is up and down for the plastic over my canvas. So you can do, write a one-way number or letter, or I use stickers. I'll put a sticker on part of the plastic top, the plastic sheet, the cover. I don't know what it's called. Oh, I'm kind of losing my mind. Last week was really, really, really intense, and this week is maybe slightly better. As I say that with great hesitation in my voice. June is just really busy. Just really, really busy. But the canvas that I'm working on today is part of, obviously, the event for the month, but it was selected by the people who are on the Facebook page for the YouTube channel. And yes, if you have not done so already, definitely go join that Facebook group if you are on Facebook. If you're not, that's fine. You certainly, I'm not going to make anybody join a social media platform that they have perhaps no interest in being a part of. But over there, every week I do post 4 of these 30 by 30 partial special drill canvases, and then I have the people in the group vote on which one will be my whip and chat for the following week. So there's only one more week left in June, only one more week for this event, which does run through the end of the month, but for whip and chat purposes, week 4, I will only have one more canvas after this one. So there's one final vote coming up. This vote for this week was the closest vote yet. I mean, I only have like 9 people voting, so it's not it's not like it's super huge competition, but it was the closest vote yet. It was really tight between this one and another canvas. And this week I really was not sure how it was going to end up. So, but I get to do this one. This is another painting that was featured in that great TEMU unboxing of 2024. And I mentioned that it just it reminded me of my daughters a little bit. My youngest daughter loves green, my middle loves blue, my oldest loves purple pink. So even though, a couple of these little gnomes have beards, I don't know, just that it did remind me of my girls. So that was why I got it. I just thought it was sweet. So I'm happy to be working on this one. Actually, I'm happy to be working on any of them for the most part, except possibly the very first one that I did for the event that my daughter made me do, because that thing, it took me 3 days. And some of that was just because, I was busy. But a lot of that was because for being a partial drill canvas, this thing had so many drills. It was not a small kit to complete. Oh, it was just, I mean, it was full. It was full. The end result does look really good though. So I guess, you know, it was worth it. It was worth it. But my daughter requested it to be my very first one that I did. So I did, but it's Christmas themed. But otherwise, yes, I'm really happy to do any of them at all. For the most part, they were all purchased at one time because I did like the canvas, right? So one would hope that I enjoy doing them. But this one I think is kind of especially fun because even looking at it again, you know, sometimes you buy it because you think one thing and then you put it away and then you pull it out later and you're like, yeah, I don't see that anymore. I don't feel it. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I think maybe I was just looking for an excuse to buy myself another craft. I don't... That's not like it. This one I'm looking at it again and still thinking, oh yeah, this reminds me of my girls. So I guess that's probably a good sign. Speaking of that great TEMU unboxing, the grand prize winner did receive her box yesterday. She wrote me a lovely thank you. I'm happy that it has arrived. Hopefully it arrived okay. After I boxed it up, and well, before I like completely sealed it off, I wrote her a card. And while I'm writing that card, it occurred to me that I may have actually overfilled the box. And so then I suddenly started getting really nervous about, you know, how many things may be arriving damaged, which is really like, it's not what I wanted to. Like, I want to be able to gift you like a usable gift. But I think, I'm assuming, and if I'm wrong, let me know, but it sounds like most things probably did arrive in decent shape. So the winner was, she wrote me a lovely thank you yesterday, and that was so sweet. And honestly, it was my pleasure. I'm trying to think of, you know, excuses for doing more giveaways. I like doing nice things is really kind of the bottom line. If anything, I kind of struggle with having to like remind myself that you don't always have to just like be doing giveaways. You don't always, and it's not even just like with my channel. I just mean life in general. I don't know. I like being able to try and spoil people, and I don't know. I want people to feel special. I want people to feel appreciated. So, but there will be another similar type giveaway at some point in the future because I can guarantee that I still collect way too much stuff. I still have more than what I'll probably ever be able to accomplish. So there will continue to be giveaways in the future. And this month too, you know, I'm doing giveaways. There's a weekly drawing every week for a weekly drawing every week. Oh, really? You don't say. For a small 30 by 30 painting like this, which we will talk more about that a little bit later on in the video. And other diamond painting related news. So last week, well, a couple weeks ago, I started this, did not intend for it to become, but it became a video series comparing paint gem mini diamond painting kits with kits that you can now get on TEMU. And like I said, it was not meant to be a series. It started out where 1-2 years ago, I had completed a paint gem set of like their classic flowers, I think maybe is what it's called. Or no, their floral edition, I believe is the correct name. And I loved it. A lot of fun, great experience. Well, recently, TEMU and some other places are selling similar kits, but for substantially less money. So I went ahead and I bought one of those and I did an unboxing of it, compared it with a paint gem kit, Then I did an additional video comparing completed projects from both kits and what I thought. But then a wonderful viewer pointed out to me that I was describing the wrong flower. So I had to do another video calling it the follow-up to the follow-up. And then the very day that I released that video, Diamond Art Club announced that they were releasing their own mini paint kits, one of which included classic flowers. And I think theirs is called like classic flowers or classic floral. And I was immediately asked, oh, are you going to get those? And I said, well, you know, it depends on my budget, depends how much they're asking. But I did last Wednesday when they were released, I looked and it was reasonable enough, you know. So I did order the classic flower kit, just that one. There were 2 flower kits available and I went with the classic because it looked like the flowers, for sure the lavender and the rose, which I completed from the TEMU set, as well as the paint gem. The paint gem set is completely done, but the TEMU set only has 3 flowers done so far. And it looked like for sure the lavender and the rose were available in that Diamond Art Club set, and they are. And then I don't know about the peony, but that's still 2 of the flowers are in that set. So Diamond Art Club is only doing 6 kits per set. I'm interested to get it. I'm interested to do that comparison between the 3 different sets, and definitely, you know, stay tuned for that. You know, I am not with Diamond Art Club in any way, shape, or form. So I know if you want to just see what these kits look like, there are plenty of people, affiliates, you know, you can go and look at videos now, just letting you know kind of what to expect with those kits. My video is going to focus more on the differences between all of them. And particularly once I have completed ones from the Diamond Art Club set. I'm very, very curious. Very, very curious. I will say that for the most part, I was pleasantly surprised with the Budget Company kit. I thought the flowers still worked up really nice. There were definitely differences. There were definitely ways in which you could tell that the quality was different, you know, not the same as Paint Gem. The charting was not as good as Paint Gem, but for the price I paid, I thought the end result still looked really good. And honestly, at least with 1 or 2 of the completed flowers, I think your average layperson may not necessarily know which one came from the more expensive kit. Yeah, I say that, but if you watch my videos, I still feel like in general the charting by Paint Gem is better, but those quality, I mean, those budget friendly kits are the one I have with the 3 that I did out of the 12. I was impressed. Let's just say that. Anyway, go watch the videos. Just go watch the videos. But that's kind of my diamond painting update. Next week I do leave for the Great Lakes diamond painting retreat, and I'm still very nervous about it. I did send a message, like a getting to know you message, to the lady that I am rooming with. I haven't heard back from her yet. I mean, like I said, I don't have any reason to think that, like, I think she's a fine person. It's just, I don't know her. And I've never done an event exactly like this before. You know, I'm nervous, but I think it'll be fun. Like others have pointed out, and they're absolutely right. Everyone there, we're all into a lot of the same stuff. We clearly all love diamond painting, which means we probably share a lot of other very similar hobbies. So I think it's going to be just fine. I'm nervous. I've never done anything like it. I'm going to be gone for several days, which I will have never been gone from all of my children for this length of time. No, the most is I'll have like a kid with me. Like someone's having surgery, or Veda and I, when we did the NCAA wrestling championship. But, you know, like, I'm still responsible for somebody. And this is, I leave Wednesday and I don't come back till Sunday next week. And I won't have any children with me. I'm not sure how that's going to feel. I really don't. I have not had other lives dependent on me for that length of time since prior to children. So yeah, I think that's also kind of what I'm a little bit nervous about, thinking about it now. So anyway, I'll keep you guys all posted, and next week's final WIP Chat, I will get it done in time. One way or another, it will be done and it will be posted. But then with me being gone, there won't be any more content for at least probably a good week. You won't see any new content. But then shortly after I get home, I will wrap up the Easy Breezy Summer Kickoff. And for those of you who are participating, you know, keep submitting pictures through the end of the month. Even though I may not be here, it's still going on. So keep submitting your stuff. I had one lady ask me, who is, man, she's kicking butt. She asked me on Facebook, how many of these can we submit a day? as many as you want. Like, I guess until Facebook tells you, I'm sorry, you can't upload any more pictures. I don't know. But I'm just like amazed and so impressed. I'm like, wow, she is on fire. Good for her. That's so cool. She's done, I think, at least 13 that she shared on Facebook already. And they're cool looking paintings too. Some of them I have never seen before. That's what's really fun about events like this, is seeing all of the different paintings. That there have been very few duplicates. Very, very few duplicates so far in the event, which just blows my mind, knowing, like, wow, there's so much available that duplicates are rare. So we are coming off from a big but quiet weekend for us here. So Saturday was my birthday and Sunday was Father's Day. Like I said, a big but quiet weekend. We really didn't do anything. At one point on my birthday, 3 of the 4 kids were gone. My one daughter went to a birthday sleepover Saturday night. My other daughter had drive time for driver's ed, spanning from like 11 to 1, and then I did not have to drive them this weekend because the girl that I take all the other times, like all week long into all the other drive times, her mom was home for the weekend. So her mom actually took them for drive time. And then I guess they were going to, my daughter's not actually sure where they ended up going to, but to some beach, which around here, it could be a little inland lake. I don't think they went to Lake Michigan, but I mean, they could have gone to Lake Michigan. I don't know where they went. And my daughter doesn't know where they went because she's not good at directions. So she has no clue where she was, which, you know, she's in driver's ed. And yes, she doesn't really realize where they were. That's a little concerning. Yeah, not sure if she's really ready to be driving. Fortunately, that's why you do driver's ed, and then you have to ride around with mom and dad for a while, right? There's just so many different swimming opportunities around here. In Michigan, I don't remember exactly, but something like nobody in Michigan lives more than 42 miles from one of the Great Lakes. Something like that. and nobody lives more than, I don't remember, like 8 miles from a lake, or I don't know. It's something absolutely ridiculous. There are plenty of swimming opportunities around. So she could have gone to any number of them. And then they went out for pizza after that. And then my son went to a friend's house to go swimming. So I just had daughter number 3, and she just sat and read all day. And then I sat and I read. I have been trying to sit outside and read about once a day if I can. Just, I don't know, it's something I decided that I wanted to do because it can be nice and relaxing up until bugs start to get to me. So it's one of these things that I kind of got to do in the afternoon, often when it's actually the warmest out, because then the bugs aren't as bad, and we have a lot of shade. So I have this like fold up rocking lawn chair that I pull out of the back of my car, and I put it up in the driveway, because there too, then if you're on, we have a tiny bit of asphalt at the top of our drive, otherwise it's all dirt. But when you're on like that paved area, so I'm not sitting in the woods, the bugs aren't quite as bad there either. And it's still very, very shaded because we are in the woods. So it's been really nice just going outside and sitting and reading for like half an hour and rocking. I love to rock. It's been absolutely lovely. And it's getting some vitamin D. It's getting some outdoor time. It's trying to create a few minutes of peace in an otherwise terribly hectic schedule. And Saturday, I got to just sit out there. Oh, I was out there for a while. Hour. Maybe more, because I called. Oh, no, my parents called me. That's right. My parents called me Saturday, and then I called them Sunday for Father's Day. So, and both times I sat outside and talked to them on the phone. So it's something I've been trying to do. Even yesterday, it was blazing hot here, at least for Michigan, particularly June in Michigan. It was very hot yesterday. It was low 90s with feels like temperatures in the upper 90s. But even yesterday, sitting in the shade, it wasn't that bad. I still was outside to read for probably 20 minutes in the shade, which made it tolerable. And actually, as I was reading, we started to get a little bit of a breeze, and so it was doable. And I did still feel good. Like, yeah, I was outside yet. I still had some time outside. This whole week is supposed to be atrociously hot. But once again, West Michigan is notorious for, you can make these great weather predictions, and they often will mean squat. So today it was supposed to be another one of these, like high of 90, and then it dropped down to only a high of 88. And last I checked, it was 80 degrees. That was it. And like the dew point wasn't that bad. I mean, it's humid, but the dew point isn't that bad. So it really is not hot outside. I mean, it's slightly uncomfortable because it is humid, but it's not hot. So I don't know what that's going to mean for the rest of the week, because we're still under this extreme heat advisory for the whole remainder of the week. And keep in mind, for my friends who live in actual hot climates, I know you're hearing things like, what? Low 90s with feels like temperatures of 98 or whatever. That's nothing. Like, I understand. I do. I understand. And I feel bad for those of you who are caught in these areas. It's 120 degrees, like that is so not cool. But in Michigan, yeah, we're not used to temperatures like that. And so our bodies are not used to temperatures like that. So yes, the temperatures I'm giving you are hot, but today is not hot. Tomorrow or Thursday was supposed to be the hottest day. Maybe tomorrow. Just looking to see if I have any more ones. I don't see any, but I'm sure I'll probably find more later. But what I do is I just put them on a green tray here, so they're still separated out, and then if I find a one later, I can find it and stick it on. But today it was supposed to be atrociously hot, and it's not. I should check the temperature again. It looks like it might be a little bit warmer now than it was earlier. You know, I could be lying. Like, I'll get done with this WIP Chat, and then I'll go outside and say, oh my word, I just told all these people it wasn't a hot day. I was wrong. Because now I'm looking out going, yeah, it might be warmer now, but I don't know. It was not bad as of like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's approaching 4 now, so. But beating the heat. I think actually this is a good time to bring up the giveaway question for the week. So every week for the 4 weeks, and this is week 3, I am doing a giveaway for a 30 by 30 randomly selected partial drill kit, much like this one. And the way that you enter that is pretty simple. It's open to everyone, whether you are participating in the full event or not. That does not matter. You can just participate just this 1 week if you want. But it is a randomly selected painting. I have a box sitting next to me that has all of my little kits like this in there. And then I pull one out, and whatever I pull out, that's what the person wins the next week. So this week, because I know a lot of the country is going through a major heat wave, tell me, what do you do to beat the heat? On those really hot summer days, how do you try and stay cool? And in your answer, which will be in the comments, you have to put them in the comments for this video, be sure to include either the word hot or heat, something like that, you know, summer heat, or when I get really hot, you know, include one of those words in your answer and just let me know, what do you do? And that might give me some ideas for what we can do if and when it gets really hot again. So today I actually did have plans for beating the summer heat. And it was a pretty good idea, but then it didn't end up being that hot. So I selected a movie to watch with my middle daughter. She has kind of decided that this summer, this is going to come as a real surprise to you guys. I mean, this is going to be a shocker. But she has decided that this summer she wants to study wrestling. If you are brand new to my channel, I'm going to apologize now. Whether I like it or not, one way or another, the sport of wrestling gets mentioned just about every single episode. That's because I have a daughter who's obsessed with the sport, and thanks to her, I am now also a huge fan of wrestling. I'm not talking WWE. I'm talking like actual high school, college, youth wrestling, freestyle, Greco-Roman, folk style wrestling. And in an effort to help her, I am finding different resources and stuff for her. I did not grow up with wrestling at all. I did not know anything about wrestling till 10 years ago when my daughter got involved in the sport. So it's been a huge learning experience for me over the last decade, and I'm continuing to learn more. But she wanted to study more, and so I'm just finding different resources, and I found a documentary that we had not yet seen. And I said, well, we're going to watch this documentary. It's supposed to be really, really good, and it'll be perfect because it's going to be really, really hot out. And then it wasn't even hot today. Oh, well, we still watched the documentary, which was really good. It was not the most uplifting. It was a very real documentary, which is really what a documentary should be, right? Like, if we only ever create these deeply inspirational documentaries, then are we really learning? And it's not that it was bad. Like, there were things and aspects of it that were very uplifting, but it was following a very poor performing high school in Alabama. And this high school is very poor performing, really, because of where it's located, in a very high poverty area. And shortly after the documentary was made, it sounds like it was open for one more year, and then the state just closed the school. They just shut the school down because it was so poorly performing. That can get me started on other topics that I don't want to go into, but it is critical to understand that that is where this documentary takes place. And there was a young man. This was filmed about 9 years ago. And there was this young man, he was 28, who was a social studies teacher, and he wanted to start a wrestling program at this high school. And by the time we're watching this would be at least his 4th year teaching. And I just know that because of a senior on the team that year, he made some comment about he's already been through 3 years of my program. So that means this would have been at least his 4th year teaching and having this team. And given the fact that that would have made him only 24, the program couldn't be much older than 4 years, maybe 5 at the most. But the women who made this documentary, which also I thought was really, really cool, is that these were 2 women who created this documentary. They followed 4 young boys or young men from the team specifically. And I mean, these are kids that talk about seeing rough stuff. You know, we got parents in prison and mothers who have just never existed in their children's lives, being raised by grandparents, extreme poverty, drug use, teen pregnancy. I mean, all of the hardships that one can encounter, these poor kids have encountered, kind of thing. But by the end of it, you know, by the 4 at the end, you know, I don't know long term now how any of these kids are. And they obviously are not kids now. Now they are full-fledged adults. But at the end, you learn that really only 1 out of the 4 seems to have had a really successful finish, which kind of bummed my daughter out. But then we got talking a little bit more, and I pointed out to her, okay, but without wrestling and without having the wrestling coach they had, there's a very good chance that 4 out of 4 of these kids never would have even finished high school. But 3, I believe 3 out of the 4 of them did graduate, did finish high school. So that right there is already a win. The 2 that did finish, they did at least start classes at, you know, a college or community college, something like that. They did not continue, at least, you know, whenever this documentary came out. But those are already wins. And then 1 kid did get a full ride scholarship to college. And that never would have happened without wrestling. Last summer, I had read a very, very interesting statistic, and unfortunately I can't remember it, so I'm very hesitant to share like actual numbers, but I do know it was talking about the number of high school sports that bring disadvantaged and impoverished children to college. Wrestling leads the way by quite a bit. A lot of kids who wrestle in college come from a very disadvantaged background. And I feel like that is really significant. And I mean, you can argue different reasons for why that is the case. A big one is because in a lot of ways, wrestling is an affordable sport. It's still not cheap, trust me, but it is affordable compared to, say, hockey. But here's the bad news. Opportunities for wrestling in college are not very many. So there need to be more college wrestling programs, especially for women. But anyway, we watched that documentary together this afternoon. It was really good. It's just called Wrestle. If you happen to be interested, just called Wrestle. And if you have, I mean, if you want to see something a little bit different, I would recommend it. It is good. It was good for my daughter to see. You know, we live in a poor rural area, which is very different from where these kids live. They live more like urban rural. No, not urban rural, urban poor. And they are at a poverty level that is even more substantial than what my kids see around here. So I think it was really good for her to watch. And I think being able to see the significance of what a good coach is capable of doing is huge. A good coach can be everything. Having said that, a bad coach can also be everything, and in the wrong way. And we all have heard of several of them. And that's where, as parents, you know, you got to be vigilant. But I will say that my daughter has been really blessed with a lot of the coaches that she has had, not just in wrestling, but also cross country and track, which are the sports that she is actually involved in. But her closest coaches have been through wrestling, have always been through wrestling. There's just something about that sport, man, that it could be the all-day bonding that has to happen at tournaments. I don't know, but there's just something about wrestling that you just create relationships in ways that you don't in a lot of other sports. Yeah, so that's my spiel about wrestling for this particular episode. That was what we did to beat the summer heat today, and then we didn't have the summer heat. But let me know in the comments. And obviously, like I have said before, don't blurt out for the giveaway. This is my answer. Like, don't do that. Just a nice normal sentence about what you do to beat the heat. How do you keep from getting too hot when it's hot outside? You know, do you guys have this where I'm trying to decide, do I now want to work up and stay on the same gal? Or I look over here and this one only has some threes down on her shoes, but then she does have some up in her flower. I guess I'll just continue working up. Sure, why not? We'll just go that way. Last week was insanely busy, as you know. This week is still busy, and I kind of forgot that I had one daughter in art camp this week. I knew that I did. I was aware of it, but I didn't really put together that meant another kid that required rides places. So, tomorrow is Wednesday, which that may be when you're watching this, but it is 9 o'clock drop off for art camp, 10 o'clock drop off for driver's ed, where I bring my daughter plus a friend of hers. At noon, art camp is done, so I have to get that daughter. At 2, the two that are in driver's ed, they are driving right after class, and that gets done at 2, so I have to get them. And then my son has dance class at 4:40. And then I'll drive down and stay with him because that's further away, and then drive home. But that means I have kids that I have to pick up or bring somewhere at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, noon, 2 o'clock. We leave at 3:40 for dance, for a 4:40 class, get home about 6:45. Yeah, that's all day. Live in my car all day long. And then I started figuring out why we have no money. That's about 175 miles that I am driving. 175 miles. And before you start thinking, well, then you shouldn't have your son go to dance class so far away. The real problem is actually the stuff that's closer to home, but requires the constant back and forth. Because, like, to get to driver's ed, and I do have to take a small detour because I have to pick up the other girl, it's a 30-mile round trip. And that's already a guaranteed 2 times a day, 30-mile round trip. That's 60 miles right there. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And, you know, I have a family vehicle because we have 4 kids, so it's not like gas mileage is great. So yeah, I did the math and I figured out like how much tomorrow costs me. At least $40. $40 just to drive around and gas. You start adding that up day by day. It's like, yeah, no wonder we have no money. I get it now. I get it. I don't know what to do about it. I have no idea what the fix is. No clue. I mean, if we could afford to get another car that got really good gas mileage, I would be all over that idea. Totally. Because a lot of my running, it's not the full family. And now with the kids being a little bit older, I can have a normal sedan that just seats 5 because most of my kids can sit in the front seat now. I just have one who can't. So yeah, I would totally do something like that where for my everyday driving, I'd be driving around in that. And then keep in mind too, like yesterday for work, I drove 100 miles round trip. And that was just for my job. But this is why we have no money. And I don't know how to fix it. Moving to where we're close to everything, well, that's not going to happen. We can't afford housing at current prices, and our house is not worth enough to help, deflect the costs of the current housing market. So we're not moving. Like I said, a different car isn't actually an option either. I guess just telling my children that, well, that's it. Absolutely 0 activities would be the fix. But like I've told you before, there's nothing else for them around here. We don't live within walking or biking distance of anything. They don't have friends nearby because we do live in a rural location. So I'm not willing to take away their extracurriculars. I'm not willing to do it. They need those things. They need that time for growth, to be able to push themselves, to build relationships. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this is why we're broke. That's it. That's it. And like I said, I don't have a fix. Nope. So I kind of just keep looking for more things that I can sell. I'm gonna have to go through my diamond paintings again, and I'll get rid of more of those because I sold several of them because I desperately need a new computer, and so I sold a lot of those with the hopes of being able to get a new computer, but then I had to use that money for something else. I don't even remember what now, but it was another, you know, family home necessity thing. So I still don't have the new computer, which I kind of need for work. Anyway, it's just this horrible cycle. I know a lot of you get it. And I appreciate your words of encouragement. And especially from, you know, moms who are, I've been there, I've done that. I get it. Thank you. That does mean a lot to me. So I've kind of been all over the place. Like, I wrote down a few things that I did really want to go over with you, but then I kind of just rambled. I'm tired today. I'm drained. I'm emotionally exhausted between all the running around and the stress and the constant worry of everybody and everything. And like, I'm not even, like, I'm worried about my retreat next week, but I've been so busy that I haven't been able to really think about it enough to make it a worry. Like, I am worried, but yet not worried because I have too many other things right now. But yeah, that is kind of why my brain is a little bit all over, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm feeling quite run down at the moment. July, hopefully, will be a little bit better. In July, driver's ed will be done. My daughter will drive for the last time, either July 2nd or 3rd. Depends on how she does with her next couple of drive times, for when she'll be evaluated. So then that will be done. But then begins summer training. Actually, summer training's already started for the kids, but they're not going because of driver's ed. So then the kids can go to school every day from 8 to 10 and work out with the cross-country team, including my middle daughter, even though she'll be going to a different school. But for July, because it's, in wrestling we'd call it open mat. I don't know what you call it when it's cross-country team. It's like
the cross-country team works out together because I'm part of the cross-country team.
I know, it's the cross-country team works out together. I don't know, but it's like open, so Veda can go in July.
Yeah, but
in wrestling we would call that open mat, but I don't know how you would phrase it for cross-country.
It's just everyone, the cross-country team works out together. We go.
It's a free run.
And we go. Sometimes we go to other people's houses and swim in their property.
You swim in their property?
On their property.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, slightly. Okay. So July, that will be every day from like 8 to 10. And my son will still have dance class. But my husband can drop them off at 8. So then I only have to pick them up at 10. But I think there's a couple of kids that I'm going to have to also pick up and bring them home because working parents, and I said that I'd be willing to help out. They live in the opposite direction from us. So it will still be a little bit more, but that doesn't bother me quite as much. It's like if I'm already out running, that's fine. But adding extra trips, that's when I start to get really aggravated. So July should be better. I hope. I really hope. And then August, it will get crazy. Yeah. I'm smiling right now. I'm doing one of those forced smiles. One of those, sure, it's all fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Oh, I forgot last week's winner. I am so sorry. Yes, so last week's winner. First, let me put down this last number 3 on her hat here. Oh, but wait, I didn't finish that butterfly. See, I am all over the place, guys. Gotta do this. Oh, and I got some 3s in here inside of her hat. Well, that can wait. Okay. So I will select the painting for our winner. And then my oldest wanted to do the drawing this week, which was pretty cool because she's my most like, don't talk about me, don't share things about me. But she wanted to do it, guys. So let's first pick out that painting. Let's move this kind of, you know what, let's put the plastic back on, and now move this. Too funny. So our winner is getting this kit. Here we go. I had a duplicate. So the winner will be getting this same kit. And without further ado, here is that video. This is my oldest daughter, Sylvia. She's gonna select this week's winner. You're gonna reach into that blue bag and just pull out one of the slips of paper.
That's 2.
Just one. That heavy breathing is Alfie. Yeah, hi Alfie.
Oh, I know that is 1.
Okay.
Okay, time to read. At the Summer Olympics, I would want to watch diving.
Well, who wrote it?
Lynn Steen Barger 7847.
Woohoo, turn it around.
4 days ago. I do not agree with you.
You don't want to watch diving?
No, it has to be track.
You want to watch track?
Yeah,
You know, there's cross country too.
I'd watch that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Say
You're welcome.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Please send me an email. My email is in the notes to this video. Just let me know, hey, I watched the video, I'm the winner. This is my address, and I'll get that out in the mail to you. Speaking of which, Marcy, if you're watching, your kit is coming. It has been packaged and ready to go for days. I forgot to bring it to the post office. Twice. Yeah, so last Friday, I dropped off the great TEMU unboxing box to ship that. And I forgot the padded envelope that had the last week winner's kit in it at home. That was unfortunate. Then yesterday, I still am not sure how this happened yesterday because I brought kids to driver's ed, and then I had to leave directly from there to go down to a couple of meetings with my people for work. And I had packed that envelope in my work bag. I know I did that. Sunday night, I was so proud of myself. I had my computer in there and my planner and like my like binder with information about my people, and the envelope it was in my bag. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm gonna start the week off right. I'm ready to go. I got my bag packed. I don't know what happened. But I got halfway to where I needed to be, and the envelope was not in there. So it wasn't mailed yesterday either. And now tomorrow is Juneteenth. So hopefully Thursday. I'm hoping that on Thursday I will mail both last week and this week's winner their kits. So my apologies, Marcy. I tried my darndest. I did. But it's packaged and it's coming. So yeah. But congratulations. Just send me an email and I will pop that out into the mail for you. You know what? These little ladies are working up kind of cute. I like how they're using the crystals on this one. It's very much outlining and like only really outlining, and it works. I kind of like that on here. I think it looks really nice. Sometimes I feel it's hard because sometimes with these partials, they could do more, you know, like you could fill in this whole hat. And sometimes I feel like that's what they should have done. Other times I don't really understand the placement of the drills on the canvas. It's like they just kind of threw some drills, like they went, yeah, we'll put a drill here and here and here and here, but it doesn't really flow with the kit. It's just something that I've been noticing lately with doing more of these small special drill paintings and stuff. They're not all equally liked. I have not done one yet that I have actually disliked. It's more noting the differences. And I'm kind of curious, like who or what decides how you're going to place these drills on these partial special drill canvases. Now, based on my experiences and seeing kind of the different ways that drills are applied. Just an observation. Actually, when I do my roundup video, I will show you all of my completed projects, which is going to be nowhere near Susanna. Guys, you got to go check her out on the Facebook page. Whew. I don't know how she does it, but she is a beast at completing these things. She's done awesome. So I won't have that many, but I will still have quite a few, several. And there are some, guys, I'm like, wow, I didn't put down 2 here and I'd missed one there. I am just all over the place. This is not good. But in that roundup video, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I have noticed with these kits that I didn't catch on to before. Yeah, so a little bit educational, I guess. I mean, not really truly educational. Do you know what I mean? Just tell me you know what I mean, because clearly I am losing my mind. In fact, did I cover everything that I have to cover in this video? Because I'm sure you guys are really, really getting sick of listening to me ramble. I feel like I probably have. I gotta be about done. So yeah, I think we're just good. Thank you for bearing with me today. And today really was a thank you for bearing with me. I really appreciate you. If you haven't already, go join the Facebook group page. If you are on Facebook, we would love to have you. It's not just exclusive for this event. I would love to see other projects that you're working on. Please come, share, see what people are completing for these lovely little kits for the event this month. Vote on which kit I'm going to be doing next week, which I will select 4 kits and put those up. I'll try and get it done tonight yet. If I don't, look for it, but I will try and get it done tonight. And obviously, I don't ever really say this enough, but like, subscribe, share, and thank you for those who have already done all of those things. But in conclusion, and like I always say, please practice kindness. A little bit of extra patience and kindness can go a long way. The fact of the matter is, everyone's life is different, and we don't know the battles, both internal and external, that those around of us are facing. So just be kind. Put your best foot forward. And I hope that you're shown that same level of kindness in return. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you again real soon.